I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review of the Barricade Rivet style fender flare kit fitting all 2007 to 2016 JKs. These are for those of you who like that pocket style and rivet style look and need or want some additional width. The wider flare will give you better tire coverage to keep junk from getting flung up on the side of the Jeep when you're off-road, and they'll also keep you legal in those areas that require full tire coverage. So whether you broke a flare when you were running a narrow trail or you're just looking to upgrade the style and function of your flares, these are a really nice option that are less expensive than some of those top tier brands. These flares are built from an impact resistant polyethylene material that has this textured finish, so they'll look similar to your factory flares. That means they're going to be both really strong and fade resistant. The style for the flares comes from these molded in pockets. However, the rivet style comes from a little bit different design than a lot of other flares on the market. Some of the other flares will include holes and give you metal rivets that you install yourself, or sometimes the rivets are even functional. On these flares, the rivet styling is provided by a screw that you thread directly into the plastic, there's no hole there, and a screw cap that is designed to look a lot like a rivet. These flares are similar to your factory style design where you have your outer flare and an inner support, and both of those pieces are riveted together right out of the box. Something that I always look for in an aftermarket set of flares is whether you can use the factory marker lights and the factory inner fender liners. Being able to use the factory lights gives the fenders a really finished look and means you don't have to spend additional money on other lights. And being able to use your factory inner fenders means, again, you don't have to spend extra money on an aftermarket set of inner fenders, and it keeps all the junk out of your engine bay, which is especially important on the passenger side where you have a wiring harness right there. Getting a set of aftermarket fender flares installed on your Jeep is a pretty easy process, however, it can be time consuming, especially when you're reinstalling those factory inner fenders. The first step in the process is to remove the factory fenders by removing all of the fasteners that are in the wheel well. Don't forget to unplug your factory turn signal and disconnect the wiring harness clips from the fender. That'll make removing the fender a lot easier. From there, it's really a matter of just grabbing on the fender and pulling. You are going to break a lot of those factory plastic clips, but don't worry, all of the clips and fasteners that you need to get these installed on your Jeep are included in the packaging. The next step in the installation process, if you want that rivet style, is to add the rivets to your new flares. However, you don't have to do that if you just want the pocket style without the rivets. After that, you'll remove your factory light from your factory fender and install it in these aftermarket flares, and then bolt the flare to the body. The final step in the process is to reinstall the inner fender liner. The whole process should take about 4 hours and you won't need any specialty tools. However, a ratcheting box and wrench is helpful for getting in those tight places. When you look at how these are constructed, how they fit, and how they look, I think you get a lot of value out of these flares, especially when you consider that these are about half the cost of some of the top tier brands on the market. Now, some of those top tier brands will have additional weather stripping and a couple of other features, but if you're on a budget, these are a really nice option. So whether you're looking to replace a broken factory flare or you want to upgrade the style and function of your flares to a pocket and rivet style option, these are a really nice flare to consider, and they come in a lot less expensive than some of those top tier brands. So that's my review of the Barricade Rivet style fender flare kit fitting all 2007 to 2016 JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.